Hello, you. How are you doing today? That's good. That's good. So, today we are going to do your psychiatric evaluation in hopes I get to learn a little bit more about you and you get to learn a little bit more about yourself. Okay. Oh, do you need any water, by the way? Alright. Don't mind if I do. I need to drink a little bit myself. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so, how's everything going today? How are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Are you feeling alright? Alright, so, I have a couple of things I'm going to be asking you, and, I'm going to be jotting them down on my notepad as well as getting them together on the, screen over here. And we're going to figure out what's going on with you. See if we can get you some medicine in today, or at least prescribe it so it's ready for you in the coming days. And we are going to, we're just going to figure out everything. We're going to evaluate you today. So, are you ready? Okay. All right, let's start off with, how you're doing today. So, let's start off with your mood. So, tell me about your mood right now. On a scale of 1 to 10, have you ever felt, well, in fact, let's do it this way. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling today, currently in this very room today? Okay, let me go ahead and write this. All right. All right, that's good. So, let's see what else we have here on my notepad. All right, so tell me about your sleep. How's your sleep? Would you say you have a healthy sleep schedule or a good relationship with sleep? Okay. Okay, so what about your sleep hygiene? So what I mean by sleep hygiene, it's not, hygiene in that sense. It's like your screen time, like how are you with, your ratio to screen time to sleep to when you're in bed, are you on your phone, TV, etc., etc.? Are you getting more sleep than you are on your phone when you're in bed specifically? All right. Yeah. All right, that's good, that's good. Okay, so how long would you say you're asleep for on just a daily basis? Your nightly basis. How long? 6, 7 hours? Maybe less? It depends on the day. Yeah, I get that. That's kind of what happens sometimes. And, we can get caught up in life and whatnot, and it becomes a little bit hard to navigate our sleep. All right, so what time do you actually fall asleep? What's your usual bedtime? Are you like a night owl? Do you like to sleep a little bit early? Okay. What about when you get up usually? So let's say like, you wake up later in the day? Do you wake up earlier in the day? Yeah. Okay. Let me write this down. Yeah, we're just evaluating, seeing what's going on. If you don't mind, let me take these off real quick. Gotta give the eyes a bit of a rest. Okay, are there any nighttime awakening occurrences? Do you wake up maybe 2 to 3 a.m., maybe right after you fall asleep? Okay, that varies, right? All right. No, that's nothing, it's not alarming. We don't have to, prescribe you any we don't have to prescribe you any medication unless it's like very severe and it impairs your schedule and it's hard to function without sleeping, but it is still important to get some sleep in. Especially at your age, you need a lot of sleep to help your body, help your mind. Okay. Next up, let's get into your eating habits. All right. Would you say you've experienced any weight loss in the recent times? In, let's say, a week or two? All right, let me put that. You said how much? Okay. Yeah. So what is do you have an ideal weight, or are you happy with your specific weight class at the moment? You feel good and confident in yourself? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We all have our ideal little, little self-image we want to figure out and see what we got going on there. All right. Let's see what we have here. All right. Do you have any let's say specific eating behaviors? Would you say you eat at like small amounts of time throughout the day? Do you eat 3 meals a day? Do you snack often in between, or do you just snack in general, or do you eat once and like where there's a lot in the morning or a lot at night, etc.? What's going on there? I hear you. Okay. Okay. Now, would you say it's more like snacky foods, or your food pyramid? You got the proteins, the carbohydrates, and vegetables and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, that's real. I do the same thing sometimes. But as long as you're getting most of your your dietary, your what's the word I'm looking for? Nutrients. Your nutrients and stuff, that's good. You can still snack, of course, as long as there's a good balance. But now we are going to go through, you said you had problems with anxiety, correct? All right, so let's figure this out really quick. Let me see. Let me go to, all right, how about I didn't do this. My apologies. I didn't get to know, the details of, your living situation. So have your name, your age and whatnot. May I ask what your relationship status is? Single, complicated, whatnot. Okay, let me write that down. All right. Are you on any disability at the moment, or any welfare status? What's going on with that? Okay. All right. What about your occupation / education? Are you in school? Are you employed? Are you in between jobs? What's going on there? Okay. I don't think that's listed in the system. Let me put that in there real quick. Yeah. No, that's all right. That's perfectly fine. We just have to update your bio right here. So your living situation. Do you have family, siblings living with you? Do you live alone, with a roommate, friend? Are you staying over someone's place temporarily? What's the deal? Okay. Now, is this in like, let's say a closed neighborhood? Not neighborhood, a closed, like a gated community? Is it in the neighborhood? Is it like on main streets? Is there a lot of noise where you live? Okay. All right. And what about your healthcare providers? Are you seeing anybody at the moment? When's your last checkup? Like, it doesn't matter. Like physical checkup, any checkup with a doctor. Okay. Yeah. And what was that for? Okay, I see. Okay. Now, let's move on a bit. We are going to go to, let me see. So you've had a bit of issues when it comes to how you've been feeling with anxiety, correct? Okay, I understand. So now what I need to ask, since we've done this before in the past, I need a little bit of an update. So let's look into your history, right? Let's look into your social history. So, have you had any issues with your early child development or birth? Any defects? Any upbringing that was a specific issue, health issue, perhaps? If you can recall, whatever works, perfectly fine. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, were you raised by your parents or grandparents, relatives? I see. I see. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes, that's perfectly fine. We get a lot of patients with the same situation. It's not something to be worried about at the moment. We're still figuring things out as we go along. Are your parents still together, perhaps? Are you with one parent, other parent, both parents? Okay. And would you say you have a good relationship with your family members, siblings, parents? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, all right. Let me see what else we have here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have any religious affiliation? Anything specific to your lifestyle or family or cultural background? Okay. Yes, this actually does take into account of what we might be seeing, any patterns we see in the patients. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. It's not a bad thing. Okay, what about your education? How did you do academically? What's your highest level of education? Graduate, college? All right. Yeah. Congratulations. Very good job making this far. Very, very, very good job. And do you have any support? Like, what's your support system look like? Friends, family, colleagues, work? What is your support? You can even include pets if that works, if you have a support animal. Okay. Yeah. You said how many? Right. All right. Now, let's see what's going on. You said you might have. Well, you've been referred here for suspected. What is it? A disorder, right? All right. Specific type or. Okay. So this is for personality disorder. So, are you by nature? Would you say by nature you are an impulsive person? Okay. How does this like reflect daily? Like, is it very difficult, emotional? We will say when these impulses rise. Is it, like when you're trying to figure out something, so you're less indecisive and you're more impulsive to what's going on there? All right. Do you feel that you have a poor sense of self? Like self-esteem, like self-confidence? Mm-hmm. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. There's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong answer here. This is specifically for evaluation. We won't share any of this information. It's very classified. It's very personal. It's very private. It'll go in the files. I'm the only one who has access to it. Of course, I can share it with your family members if you would like, but that's on you. I like to make sure all the clients, all the patients are considered and respected. Yeah. Okay. Would you say it's hard for you to, when people in your life leave, is it very hard? Like any abandonment, issues per se, or attachment, you attach too fast, or? Okay. All right. Do you frequently feel like you are empty inside, or there's a void, or something like it's very difficult to connect with the world around you? I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that. And yes, it could be very difficult. That's one of those things where it's like, it feels like it's never ending. It's like you're climbing the rope, you're getting there. And when you get there, you don't really feel much, and then you gotta start over again, maybe with someone new, different people, and it's a cycle. Yes, it's very stressful. It's very, very difficult. Would you say, we'll leave this question to the side. It's about, bodily harm and whatnot. We'll get back to that possibly, or we'll save that for the next one. We're not trying to get super, super, super deep. Today it's an evaluation. Let's see what else. Have you had any issues with the law? Like, any legal issues in the past 3 months? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, anything like incarceration, tickets, literally anything. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Have you had any, you've had a past with any psychiatric, like situations, right? Like, have you ever been admitted? Or have you had therapy before, or another psychiatrist before me? Okay. Would you say there's a specific number? Okay. Let me just jot this down really quick. You're doing a very good job, by the way. Thank you for answering all these questions. What I like to remind my clients are that it is very imperative that, we be honest with ourselves. It's a judge-free zone. We make sure we are as honest as possible, because that's the only way you can get efficient and accurate help. Otherwise, if things are left out, it may be difficult, and that's usually the common cause of misdiagnosis. It's the lack of awareness of what's going on. It's also not being truthful, not understanding your symptoms and whatnot. And this is what the evaluations are always for. We're supposed to understand your symptoms, see what's going on, and things like that, right? Okay. Now, if you can recall, how many lifetime hospital admissions have you had before? Like, let's say not health related. Let's say psychiatric. Have you ever been admitted in the hospital for anything regarding medicine or substance or anything regarding your mental health? Okay. A total of. Oh. And when in the past, let's say this year. How has there been multiple times this year? Okay. Now, what about depressive episodes? Has there been maybe an influx, decrease, whatnot? What's going on with that in the past 6 months to a year? Okay. All right. I hear you. Do you know what mania is? Have you experienced mania? Any manic episodes in this past year, or let's say past month? Because sometimes they can be a lot more sporadic or a lot more common in like your day-to-day basis. Some people don't experience it that much. So what would you say? Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you again for being honest. Now, have you had any psychotic episodes in the past, 3 to 6 months as well? Yeah, have you seen anything corner of your eye, heard your name when it wasn't being called? Maybe you were in headphones listening to music, you hear footsteps, or maybe you feel something, or... Okay. Now, this is specifically for your family. Now, I do need to, if you can recall, it's very important if you're being honest and truthful about this, because sometimes we like to protect our family members, but it's okay. Nothing will happen to them. Everything will be here, like I said. And these questions are just to help you and to see how you connect with your family's history, right? Excuse me. Okay, so have you had any family history of mental illness? Like, let's say, mother, father, someone in your direct line, like mother, father, grandma, grandpa, and like up the ladder, not necessarily aunts, uncles, and cousins and whatnot. Okay, yeah, that's worth noting. Yes, you'd be surprised how common it is actually for someone to have any mental disorders, mental illnesses, and it stems from their parents, and then it stems from their parents and whatnot. It can be hereditary. Yes, it can. You can have a predisposition to some of these things. Now, have any of your family members been hospitalized in your lifetime for psychiatric reasons, or for evaluations and whatnot, or to therapy? Yeah, that works too. Yeah. Now, have you had any immediate family members with any substance abuse? Alcohol, other substances? Okay. Okay. Must be very stressful. Must be very difficult. Very, very sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's one of those things also. It does affect everyone around you. That's why substances are, I understand they can be taken in recreational environments and whatnot, but there's a time and place for that. You bring it home, you can affect the people around you. Any family members that with any neural, what do you say? In fact, let me see. Okay. Oh, any family members like grandparents with any degenerative behaviors, or not behaviors, disorders. Yes. Yeah. Like dementia, or yes, for geriatric patients. Okay, I'm looking at some more stuff I might have to ask. All right. Now, have you ever had any thoughts of, basically, let's see, how do you put this? Someone makes you upset, you want to get at them physically, or yourself physically. Thoughts of being physically, aggressive to someone else or yourself. Because that's to be noted, yeah. All right. What about your caffeine intake? What does that look like? Because that also is coupled with anxiety. Actually, your energy drinks, coffee. All right. We might have to lower that down a little bit. What about cannabis, stimulants, or any other things like that? Recreational, medicinal. Okay. All right. And what would you say? What age you started doing these things recreationally? There's no, like I said, no right or wrong answer. No one would be notified about this. This is just for me and you. It's legally it's just between me and you. Okay. Now I think that might be it. Let me check one more time if I missed anything. Okay, so do you have any specific thoughts or, questions on how we can help you today? Is there anything you think I might have missed? All right. Do you think that we went through the main concerns about what you're dealing with today in this session? Did we hit all the points or is there anything you need to share? All right. So that is the end of our evaluation. Thank you very much for participating and making a schedule and coming here today. It's very important that we, be very responsible with ourselves. It can help us, those around us, but more importantly us. And thank you for making the time. It's very good step in the right direction. Of course. I wish you the best. And if you need anything, feel free to make a call or email. You can either reach my line, leave a voice message, email, or the front office. You can set another schedule. You can set another appointment if you feel that is urgent. And, yeah, I think that's it. All right. I'll see you next time. Take care. Get home safe. Make sure you keep drinking that water. It's very hot this summer. And, I'll see you. Bye-bye.